Rocket League, a game where precision meets chaos, where cars fly and the impossible becomes routine. Well, almost. But sometimes, even in a world full of highlight reels and sweaty mechanics, a player does something that makes the entire community stop and say, wait, what? Today, we're deep diving into the moments when Rocket League pros didn't just win, they broke world records. And let's kick things off with speed, literal speed. The fastest goal ever scored in a professional Rocket League match was hit by none other than Carmine Corp's Vatira. It happened during the RLCS 2024 Copenhagen Major. KC were already up by 1 goal against Team Falcons. The clock had just started ticking. Kickoff, boom, ball flies, and before you could even blink, Vatira had read the first touch of his teammate Rise, boosted into the perfect position, and scored, with the clock going down by only 2 seconds.
What a milestone for Rise. 200 on land, and then Vatira comes alive as well!
Now let's break this down. The average pro kickoff leads to some form of midfield play, maybe a 50-50 or a boost grab, but what set this apart wasn't just mechanical execution, it was preemptive reading. Vatira didn't wait to see what would happen. He predicted where the ball would go before it even got there, and his team clearly synced, rotated in perfect support. After the ball crossed the line, even the casters hesitated. Wait, did that just happen? The crowd in Twitch chat exploded. Others started timing it frame by frame, eventually clocking it around 1.89 seconds, the fastest ever in a major event. It was a goal that made time itself seem to glitch. Now, if Vatira gave us the fastest, let's slow it way down. We're talking about the longest overtime in RLCS history. This happened during RLCS 2022 to 2023, Rule 1 versus Vitality. Regulation time ends tied. That's fine, happens all the time, but then the clock just kept ticking. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10, and no one could find the net. The teams were deadlocked in a true mental and mechanical tug of war. Every touch was cautious, and every 50-50, life or death. Boost management became a war of attrition. Casters began cracking jokes, fans were losing their minds in chat. At the 11-minute mark of OT, someone typed, "I've aged." And by this time, coaches were visibly pacing. Teammates were muting mics just to reset mentally. And then, after an agonizing 17 minutes and 2 seconds of gameplay, Team Vitality finally broke through. It wasn't a flashy goal, it was raw grit. A 50 here, a flick there, and an exhausted Rule 1 defense crumbled.
Either do these teams. Do we break 30 saves? Do Rule 1, find 1 goal. Are you kidding? Top left spot. This ball is sent into Fenway, and Vitality, a 3-0 lead.
The players didn't even celebrate, they just collapsed. The longest OT ever, a record of patience and pressure. Scoring in Rocket League is usually low, 2-1, maybe 3-2, but in one fateful RLCS series, the scoreboard looked like a pinball machine. G2 Esports versus the Peeps, 2 offensive juggernauts who threw defense out the window and said, let's just bang it in. The result, the highest scoring series in RLCS history, clocking in at a combined 42 goals over 7 games. It wasn't just chaos for the sake of it, this was coordinated aggression. Chicago and JNaps were chaining air dribbles with laser infield passes, while Gyro and Reddles answered with pure demo plays and boost starvation. Every game felt like a Game 7. Casters were hoarse by the end. Twitter was lighting up, Rocket League content creators were clipping non-stop. And when the dust settled, the Peeps emerged victorious. But the real winner is the viewers, because this series wasn't just record-breaking, it was edge of your seat, scream at your monitor, Rocket League.
What was I talking about? They knew they had it the whole way.
And Rizzo genuinely is ascending this game. Those last 2 goals created out of nothing, but here comes the pressure on the other side. Gyro ties it back. Pressure on the goal line. What a game.
Gyro and AJ, look at Gyro. Rizzo just decided that everything was going to go in his favor. The Peeps got an early lead. AJ's going to knock him out. He crushes this challenge.
Chicago gets off the backboard, but he's going to have to block 2. AJ and Aleutian on top of this one, looking for the second touch. Here's the follow from Aleutian. Oh, no!
Winning a game is hard, winning a tournament is elite, but winning every single series for over 2 months, that's legendary. Team BDS did the unthinkable in RLCS X. They went on a run that felt less like competition and more like domination. From fall through winter, they racked up 19 straight series wins, the longest in RLCS history. And the secret? Precision. Monkey Moon was in MVP form. Extra was the glue, smart, consistent, almost never out of position, and Mark by 8, ice in his veins. They didn't just beat teams, they dismantled them. Commentators ran out of adjectives, opponents started prepping weeks ahead, and BDS's boost control was near perfect. Their synergy, born from scrimming every day like clockwork, showed in every rotation. Every touch felt intentional, and every win stacked more pressure on the next one. By the time their streak finally broke, it wasn't due to poor form, it was burnout. And even then, this is still one of the craziest world records in RLCS history.
He puts that one in all the way from his own end, Rise. He was there, but they just seem half a step behind at all turns, Stumpy.
BDS has still got a brilliant claim to this major, especially with Rise shadowing that ball.
Dave comes in, Seiko up against Alpha in the corner. Redosin takes control, slows things down, and gets Vitality ticking again until the 1-2. Monkey Moon is there!
Oh!
Monkey Moon is shooting! BDS not giving up! Dodge down, almost gets it, Monkey Moon. He picks up the pieces. Redosin there on the back wall. Team Vitality, their defending has been incredibly strong throughout, but can they get past the infield? Oh, they can't! The game of the series unfurls in front of us!
On this one down, but Nolly, he clears it to the side.
Monkey Moon's coming into the ceiling. As Rise in the center picks him out. How's this finish? It's good enough, and it's 1-1.
But if he could be getting these bumps and demos just to affect Gen G, then it'll work just as well. BDS!
What pass. Whoa! Well, he would want to see that one again. Maybe the ball was just drifting away from him too much. Now Monkey Moon down the middle, and it's still got through.
Scoring multiple goals in a high-stakes RLCS match is impressive, but scoring 7 in a single game, that's just insane. Cuxer97 achieved this feat on July 10, 2016 during RLCS Season 1, setting the world record for the most goals by a single player in an RLCS game. Cuxer97's team, Flipside Tactics, were facing off against Supersonic Avengers, a game that they won 8-0, and his performance showcased not only individual skill, but also exceptional teamwork and positioning, leaving fans and commentators in awe.
Moving up the field together, that's one of the scariest things you can see in Rocket League. I mean, there's not much you can do to counter it other than get in the way. And getting in the way of players that are as fast as
They want another one. And they're going to get it.
And they're going to get it.
Flipside Tactics.
Just having some fun with it, but again, Supersonic Avengers, they weren't going to break their back.
Because of how much skill has improved in Rocket League since this record, I don't think we're ever gonna see this being broken. The only person who has the ability to break this record is probably Zen. And the craziest part is that Cuxer was actually awarded a Guinness World Record for his incredible performance. But anyways, if you like this video, then make sure to like down below and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this.